cannot wait to see your answer to this.
Oh boy. Okay.
What is this? RachRachXO1 wants to know, do you improvise any of your lines while shooting the podcasts?
I do, actually. First of all, the writing is great. Kiana Katiblu, our writer, does a fantastic job. But sometimes when we're in the booth, I will improvise. Sometimes it just makes you... We just did a scene where I improvised a joke that will not make it into the podcast, and will probably get me into trouble. But yeah, it's fun to explore the character via improv, and then also just sort of play with your fellow actors via improv.
Agreed.
Do you improvise at all?
I do improvise. A lot of likes and ums and okays.
And what is my line again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good question, RachXOX1. At Sam Cal wants to know, what is your spirit animal?
My spirit animal is probably clownfish, because they're my favorite animal, and I think they're cute and fun, and they bounce when they swim.
Why is clownfish your favorite animal?
Because they're cute and fun, and they bounce when they swim.
Those are three solid answers. I was going to guess you were going to say horse.
Oh, that...
No,
We
no
can
curse.
beat it. Sorry.
She improvised that curse.
I did improvise that curse. I changed my answer to horse, actually, because that makes more sense.
The horse is more of a patronus, whereas the clownfish is a spirit animal, and they are different.
Yes, they are. I don't even know what that first word meant.
Okay, so there's this book series called Harry Potter. You're going to love it. No one talks about it. I'll tell you about it later.
Princess Michelle 1725 wants to know, do you feel like Reed makes good choices?
I don't. I think he makes well-intentioned choices. Like, I think he always has other people's best interests at heart, but I think oftentimes they are a little immature and overtly masculine and self-destructive, where he's like, I need to take on the pain and I need to, sacrifice myself and my happiness. And he's very binary in his emotions, which I think is a dangerous place to live.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You heard it here. Okay, at its.list.beat. If you were Ella, Alyssa McKay, on season 1, episode 1, would you have told Callum about Reed in the bushes?
Would I have told Callum? Probably. I'm kind of a narc.
That's amazing. Wait, so that's a throwback, but that's the scene where we first meet.
Yeah.
Where I come and I'm like bloody.
Well, yeah, and you're bloody, which is weird.
And I take my shirt off.
You do. Well, it depends on how good you look with your shirt off, so maybe I wouldn't say anything.
Well, if it's me, not great. But if it's Reed Royal, that's a different story. By the way, we're seeing these questions and answering these questions
Dude,
blind.
I cannot wait to see your answer to this.
Oh, boy.
At Telly_Hesporg says, do Reed and Ella lock in?
That's the question? That's the question? Do they lock in? I don't think I know. Like, okay, my interpretation of that question, like locking in, unless it's a newfangled sexual term, is like focus really hard.
I was just laughing because I didn't even know if you would know what lock in means.
I don't. What does lock in mean? Teach me.
In this context, I don't even know what it means either, so that's why I was excited to ask.
Okay, well, what I think of lock in is like an athlete, which is like, all right, we gotta lock in.
Locked in.
Like we're locked in. And I would say, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're totally locked
Especially this season, because we're solving a crime.
in. Yeah.
We gotta be locked in. But if it has something to do with adult content, then no, we don't. Right?
Reed and Ella?
Oh, Reed and Ella do. Yeah, we as actors. Yeah, they don't care about us. Okay. I hope I answered that question. At mhubs wants to know, what, Alyssa McKay, is your favorite TV show right now?
Ooh, my favorite TV show right now is BoJack Horseman.
That's a great one.
It's a great one.
Yeah, talk about great voiceover performances.
I know. I would love to be on BoJack Horseman.
I know.
Well, it's over now.
Yeah,
huh?
it's been over for several years, but
I just started it. I had no idea
Yeah.
what it was.
and also like it gets dark. Like
Really?
you think for an animated show, yeah, I don't know how far in. I don't want to
I'm
spoil
like
anything.
season 2.
Oh, yeah, buckle up. It gets like real existential and dark in a fun, great way.
Okay.
I think
I'm
you're gonna like it.
excited.
Yeah.
At _mychosen1_ wants to know, how do you think Reed has changed from season 1 to season 3?
What a great question. I think Reed has certainly matured quite a bit. I think he has gotten his anger under control. And I, certainly don't want to spoil anything from season 3 just yet. He's grown with his emotional vocabulary. I think he's better at expressing himself, certainly in non-violent ways. But he still has a bit of a temper, and he can still be a little bit immature with his emotional responses to things. Again, it's either like he's either at a 10 or a 0, but I think he's grown quite a bit in that way, and because he's been through so much. And Ella has really helped him grow, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
At Luna Marie S. Covebo wants to know, are the crying scenes real tears?
So, for me, usually no. But but there was actually one time where we were doing, I believe it was the end of season 2, where I have to let Isaac know that I'm choosing Reed, and I don't even think I was supposed to be crying in that scene, but for whatever reason, I started bawling my eyes out, and the director was like, you gotta stop because she's not crying in this scene. So that was the only time I've cried.
I'm gonna go ahead and correct you and say that's not the only time you've cried. There have been several. Yeah, there were.
Those are the
Season 1, there was a very challenging assault scene.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That I remember specifically because I was in the booth with you guys. That was really tough.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah, that was a very
Understandably.
hard scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably did cry. I don't even remember.
And I will say, having been in the booth for a lot of these scenes, all of the emotion is real.
Yeah.
Crying or not. And one of the challenges of this show is, we'll be doing one of these hard crying scenes where you're like having this emotional thing. And then the next moment, it's like, we're at a party. And that sort of emotional whiplash that comes with doing an audio medium is really hard to navigate. And you do it so well.
Likewise.
No, thank you.
At SL Robert 3 wants to know, what is your love language?
If you ask my loved ones what my love language is, like how I express it, it's probably acts of service. And I think that's how I like to receive it as well. And words of affirmation, if that is one.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, it is.
What are the other two, you know?
No.
Sorry, we'll get on Duolingo. We'll Duolingo love language.
Okay.
And we'll learn. We'll be fluent by the end of season 4.